His guess is late teens, which means that regardless of whether she works in the industry or not, she is exploitable. Such exploitation takes many forms. Money, drugs, physical coercion, even the sex. His instincts tell him that in this case, the middle two are most likely. It is when the camera pans and he sees the wooden beam with the noose hanging from it, the low stool set up beneath, that the real fear starts to replace the churning. He knows how, these days, visual trickery, clever editing, even CGI can achieve the desired effects. But something tells him that what he is about to see may not involve such techniques. For the next few minutes he sits and watches the scene play out. In many aspects it mirrors the sort of edge play that those whose taste run in such directions can access online at any time they wish. Only the girl's reactions, and the clip's provenance, tell him that what he is witnessing is not, in any sense of the word, play. Tears of fear are hard to achieve in such circumstances, especially in one so young. The end, when it comes, is not so much an anticlimax as a confirmation of expectation. He had seen it coming, pictured it in his mind from the moment he saw the noose. His own experiences of many months before helps in this regard, and he is far from unaffected. In this case, familiarity does not lead to immunity, the reverse in fact. Having seen it before, experienced it, he is uniquely placed to empathise with the girl's terror, to feel her pain. And though he closes his eyes, tight towards the end, it does not lessen in any way the overall impact. The shaking that began in his arms early on, before spreading through the rest of his body, continues throughout. And when, after a period of silence, he opens his eyes and sees the blank screen signalling the clip has ended, he knows that he does not have to wait until he can steel himself to watch it all the way through to know how it ends. The same for its significance. To this point, he has been comfortable responding to queries about his evening activities by referring to it as research. He has done so in the belief that the case that almost cost him his life, others were not so lucky, is now closed, that the matters he is researching are historical. He knows now he was wrong. The case is not closed. In reality, it never was. It merely continues, and it is all going to happen again. 2. "I'm Zena," the dark-haired girl says. "I see," the man says. "Zena? What the hell sort of a name is Zena?"
"And I'm Gabrielle,"
her blonde companion says, giggling. "Of course. I'm missing something." Zena steps back to give the man to whom she is talking a better look.
"Is this okay?"
His eyes slide down to her boots and back again. You've got to be joking. But when he sees the hopeful look in her eyes, he chickens out. It's, very original. Gerald Hawthorne has a vague notion that the girls' outfits, all gold bracelets and dangling fronds of leather and suede, are inspired by an old TV series, one that achieved cult status way back. Some swords and sandals romp about a mythical warrior princess. But he and Barbara have never really done TV, and he doesn't like to ask, in case the girls think their attempts to comply with the club's strict dress code aren't up to scratch. It was why he opted for a polite, but neutral, "Interesting outfits, ladies," when he approached to introduce himself and welcome them to Josephine's. In truth, Gerald thinks the pair have missed the mark. Whilst his carefully worded guidance allows for some interpretation, it doesn't run to any form of fancy dress. Especially as the range of interests catered for at the venue he and Barbara have worked so hard to establish as the foremost of its kind outside London are quite narrow. But it is the girls' first visit, and so he doesn't say anything. They will see for themselves as the evening wears on, and if they become regulars, they will soon pick things up. So he keeps conversation.